Yeah, that was the variance last month, correct.
Okay. So that the council approved that then?
The variance was approved by the planning commission. So
Right.
That's what that, yeah, it didn't have to go to.
Oh, didn't have to go to, okay, I got you. Okay.
Correct.
Okay. All right, well, give us a couple updates, Mike. What's going on at the Hollywood Theater, man? When's it going to be open?
Gonna be open tomorrow for the New Moon movie,
and
right?
I still
Or
see
whatever that's
metal
called.
studs out front.
It's really about the same as last month. They are committed to opening by, I believe, December 4th. That is their goal.
No.
And that is their goal.
So we're
Whether
waiting on the
they
spot
can
who's confirmed with the
do
building
that, yes.
official. The building official tells us, Carrie, they're going to be open in time?
That's 2.5 weeks.
Wayne Clark, Community Development Director. And I had to come on the air to let you know, in honor of your first night on TV, a former Planning Commission Director that I worked with years ago is actually watching you live streaming from North Carolina, and other people are watching you live from Missouri in honor of this. So I've got friends from years past watching you to see how we do things here. From
So we shouldn't tell them that you're barely hanging on to your job then?
That's right. They want to come down here. They've heard such good things. They want to come down here and be on the Planning Commission. They were asking how can they get a seat to come down here and join you.
You've been lying to them.
Yeah. So Helly, the Pavilion is still doing well with the main body of its project. The movie theater, just as we talked about last time, they still are trying to open that theater before Christmas. It's still a long shot to open that theater before Christmas. The site work is in pretty good shape.
Don't blame them.
The access points, the driveways, the parking lots, the landscaping, everything that EMJ, the main contractor out there, is responsible for is coming along very well. The actual structure itself of the movie theater had fallen behind over the summer, but they're working 12-hour shifts. They are at least, they went from I don't think it's possible to maybe.
Right.
So it's still not a given, but they're making some solid progress in getting there, but it's still a long shot.
Gary, do you just have a tent pitched out there?
We have inspectors out there hours and hours each day.
Is the wedding store still looking open?
January. They
January.
would like to have that open. It's a little more complicated there because the movie theater, you can access it without having to get into any of the other areas where there's going to be construction underway. The David's Bridal will be in the back corner, and to get to it, you'll have to go past the Marshall's and Michael's sites that will still have interior work going on. And it's not impossible to do that safely, but it's a little bit harder than it is to get in and out of the movie theater.
Well, how is that site, how is the site permitted, I guess, versus the building being permitted, and are they gonna, do they gotta go through the whole...
They'll have to do final
department
inspections.
to go out there and do what they do and make sure the handicap signs are at the right height and
For the sections that are open,
the
that's
building is
correct.
done and everything kind of thing. Is that segmented off, or is their building got their own parking lot?
They have a variety of ways they're going to segment them off. Some cases there will be rolling gates. In some cases there'll be roped accesses to keep people there, and in a few places there'll be some jersey barricades out there. But there will be ways to keep vehicles from getting into areas they're not supposed to.
I mean, it's looking really nice out there. I mean, this is going to be a major
The
showpiece.
sign from the highway coming out of the north to get over, it's a beautiful sign.
Well, that
I tell you.
that
It's not even
and
finished
the,
yet. They
the
still
wall
got
that's
some
over the
stuff.
lake, the wall that's over the lake looks really nice. And I wish they would have got that road contractor who did the road out front of there to do all of Airport Road. We would have been done by now.
Yeah, that road's essentially done.
Yeah.
My understanding, they'll be down to small punch list items by the middle of December. The signal will be operating. It may be just some striping on the turn lanes and maybe a few things with the signs and curb, but it's basically done now.
Lance, that's a county project.
I asked him, I said, well, when are they going to be done? It'll be done before school. I should ask what year. Because I don't see them being done
I
before
would
next
imagine
year.
this world, the EMJ and all these other contractors would be happy to have that work.
It's really looking nice. It's really looking
Yeah,
good.
very nice.
It's going to be exciting.
Out parcel's going to be trying to be, like this
The Olive Garden will come with all the rest of them, and that's the building you see under construction out by the traffic signal.
So it won't be done in conjunction with like...
Not the movie theater, but it will be with everything in March.
I think we've agreed to let them open that thing in pieces, and as they get, with the theaters obviously going to try and make the big run first, and then everybody else is just going to kind of come online, and then the big building will come online with the whole ribbon ceremony, right?
And they're doing really well with the tenants in the buildings that they've got. It's very positive. What they were able to do is to pull back on actually building the buildings where the tenants weren't there. And so the building where Barnes and Noble was going to be is going to be just, it's going to have grass out there instead of being a structure that's empty. And then the connection between Belk's on the Interstate 95 side, on the eastern side, coming down to the two-story building, they didn't build that either. And those were the two that had all of the high-end lifestyle center, high-end women's fashion stores that they were unable to get without the Barnes and Noble. And so instead of having a row of buildings that are completely empty, they just have empty spaces. And so that's how they were able to fill all the buildings that are being built. So there will be very few empty spots in the actual buildings that are being constructed.
I mean,
Wayne,
ultimately, it's going to be an ongoing project even after it's
Absolutely.
over. There's going to
Absolutely.
be several businesses that are going to come later and later and later down the line when the economy does come back, like the Circuit City's site as an example. And we still paint a mural on the end of that wall for now, or
They're doing exactly what you told them to do. It will not be blank when it opens.
I'm gonna raise my hand because I can't get a word in edgewise with this guy right here. So people can still go on the city's website, and there's a link that they can go on to
Under
get
the What's Hot.
updated information on the stores.
It takes you to CBL's actual website for
Okay.
the pavilion.
'Cause I think that's important for whatever audience is listening, that they can get updates.
but it is on there. I've seen it. It's nice. Okay.
Great. Oh, thank you for the manhole covers on Boxer, by the way. Good job to City.
Glad to be able to help you out.
Thank you, sir.
You gotta go under 45 miles an hour, Rich, down that road. That's the secret.
Mike, you got anything else?
No, not on that.
Okay. Commissioner comments?
I was just gonna ask, well, I've seen, Vertigo is actually doing a lot of work over there at Allendale Nursery, man, it's looking good. Are they gonna pay that parking lot, or?
Hey, the park, you've been working with them, correct, Tim?
It looks like they're gonna move the make the parking lot larger there.
They're not, basically they're south of Fleming Avenue, so the code allows them to do alternative surfaces such as gravel. So this is going to be basically a gravel parking there. But they are doing a new 10-foot landscape buffer along Ridgewood to act as basically a sale for their products and stuff like that. So we were able to work with them and get the site improved and run it again as a nursery. So
And they planted some palm trees, they're doing a lot of, there's like 3 or 4 places getting work on down there by where I live, down there near Allendale.
yeah, and they're hoping that if this works out and they can do some building additions, stuff like later on in the future then.
Don't go anywhere, Tim. I got one for you.
I'm good.
Shannon?
I'm all set, thank you.
George?
I'm all set.
Robin?
Gotta be some sign he doesn't like somewhere.
No, but it's close. So last month, and I know this is not your particular subject, but last month we talked about the Riverwalk project and some other uses for the property in an interim basis. And, of course, all I'm picturing is a farmer's market where Counts was, is the way they made it sound. But so a guy goes down there over the weekend and pulls his pickup truck out and starts selling flowers on the corner. Is that okay?
Was that you?
No.
If someone did that?
Yeah.
Or,
Oh, really?
Yeah.
yeah, that,
I mean,
No,
there's
that would only be, they have to, any proposal has to go to the
Right.
CRA first, basically.
Okay.
So
let's review all the
it's,
proposals so we can see what's going on there to probably
So
prevent
then
people from just
apparently
pulling
there's not a
it.
proposal in on that, and the guy just pulls over
I
on the
don't think
weekend.
that's the concept, no.
Yeah.
Because there's somebody out there, I mean, they're out there selling flowers. I mean, there's somebody on a pickup truck selling flowers right on
More
the
than one
corner.
weekend?
Huh?
More than one weekend?
I don't know.
Was it on
I
Saturday
just
morning?
saw it
Saturday
the other
then?
day.
We'll notify code enforcement then,
Yeah.
to make them aware of
I just,
that area.
because it was funny how that thing came in front of us, and they said, we're gonna allow certain uses at the project down here, and I'm picturing the farmer's market.
they read about it in the paper.
Because that was what was in the paper. And now I got a flower wagon down there on the back of a pickup truck.
Uncle Jed got in town.
I want the Indian back out on the corner though, if we're gonna do it.
Yeah, that ordinance has not been to council yet, so it's still in the works.
Thank you, Tim.
Okay.
Staff